and Bank Nifty, and we'll also be looking into any stocks that if you would ask, we'll go ahead. So Nifty, first what happened, we will look at what happened into Nifty the last week, which is from the Monday of 25th, right? Sorry, the 20th. So as you can see, Monday 20th, it opened within the same levels. So we are in the Nifty 1 hour chart over here. As you can see, Monday it had opened at the levels of 19,742. So before even posting this, I marked that this level is going to act as a kill zone. And we had posted the last institutional support for weekly and monthly, both on these same levels, right? And as you can see, this is a major kill zone. So I would like to, note two kill zones here. So this one is a major kill zone. This is a big kill zone, and this was a very small kill zone. We will call it as an internal kill zone. So what happens in an internal kill zone? Internal kill zones, people thought, everybody, that on a gap up, market will start to shoot up. Nothing happened. Only way that buyers, option buyers were happy was during 22nd of November, somewhere around post 215. They were happy that the market was bullish. Only the scalpers who would have joined here, scalpers who would have entered here, would have graced this full bull candle for the next 4-15 minutes, which is nothing but the 1 hour. After that, as you can see, the market never left our major bull zone. What was our major bull zone? Major bull zone was around 19,878, and the lower part of major bull zone was, kill zone was 19,580. So within these two levels only, the market was playing for this full week. Okay, so except this part on Monday, it was a gap up, and the gap was closed on Wednesday, and then the market stayed within this range. So let us assume that if you are a seller and if you would have sold between these two levels with just even one lot, you would have made good awesome money. And if you have been a buyer, and if you would have entered after this hammer candle, maybe let's say that you are on a weekly basis, you would have made some money only on this marked day and nothing else, right? So it was totally a kill week for everybody, is what I should say, right? So Nifty, what is going to happen the next week? What are our expectations from the OI institutional positions that we can expect? We'll look into it. So I will still keep my internal kill zone and the I will call this as the major kill zone, because until or unless price is within this, you are not going to see the movement, right? Okay, price action wise, we know that the whole of Nifty is completely sideways, total sideways, right? And as per RSI, what do we have here? RSI, I don't want to look at the 1 hour time frame. Let me switch back to the daily time frame. RSI daily time frame, it is as equal as it is, but with the discussions towards the Telegram open public group, so the learning that we had shared is resistance number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Consistently, the bulls were trying to breach above this level, which did not eventually happen. And likewise, I said this 20,000 level, this level of 20,000 on Nifty is going to play a major part role in the upcoming days. Now, why do I keep saying that the 20,000 levels is more important? One, might be due to the psychological levels, right? And number 2, this was the last previous high. So when Nifty was coming around from 18,700 levels, it rallied sideways, made a good top, and then it started to slowly fall down before it can go again to the all-time high. So this high is very, very, very important for the bulls if they need to show their strength. So if you are an option buyer, right? So I would suggest you to look at the 20k levels. Concentrate more towards the 20k levels is what I would say. Right. One is that of due to previous price action, right? And 2 is it is due to the 20k levels of the psychological number. 3, this pattern, I don't want to get comfortable with this pattern that is currently happening with Nifty, is what I should say. So After a good rally from 16,900, the market rallied, took a top, it took a small pause, again it went up 20,222, round psychological number, and it's extremely magical number, and again it came down. Again it is trying to go above, right, like 19,900, but not able to go there. Again it came down to 18,800, right, and then now it is again back to that 19,900 level zone, right? So 20k would obviously, price action wise, this swing high is going to be very important. But before reaching these forts, before getting to the 14th question of the Kaun Banega Crorepati, you should at least, the bulls should at least break this last swing high. I know probably a lot of YouTubers will say that this is probably an inverted head and shoulder is information. I would like to disagree with all the YouTubers who are trying to say that, but because you need to assess, you need to know what the trend is happening, right? Just like that, you cannot, close your eyes and say, hey, an inverted head and shoulders is forming, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for a buy option, maybe in the monthly or the next month buy option. You'll start to lose your money. That's what is going to happen, right? So be cautious unless or until 19,900, this kill zone, the 19,880 tops is broken out. Be cautious in the market. Don't take any sort of directions, right? So what is our key thing? No direction is equal to no trade, right? Now let's come to the OA part. OA something is that we always have, but we haven't shared in the group formally previously before, like 2 to 3 months back. But now we are keeping OA data. We are trying to educate you with OA, with what's happening with the intraday OA and the weekly OA, right? So Nifty weekly, the 30th November is going to be the November expiry as well as the weekly expiry also. Now looking at 30th November expiry, what do you see in the OI? I can clearly see that from 20,000, there is a heavy set of soldiers who do not want Nifty to go beyond 20,000. And then before reaching that, there will be 19,900, right? There are a second set of soldiers who are sitting at 19,900 and a third set of resistance soldiers who are standing at 19,800. So this is very similar to that Bahubali movie where you can see Kattappa is at the very last. They are the last 4 fighters there. But at the front you would see a little bit of soldiers and everybody would be there. So this is something like Kattappa, 20,000. So looking at the OA data, right? Now this is where I shift myself to the 1 hour time frame so that I can assess what is going to happen in the weekly time zone, right? So the weekly institutional resistances is at 20,000. That's number 1. Now once instantly when I hit 20,000, you can very well see it aligned itself to the blue color line that we have marked. Now where is this blue color line coming from? This blue color line is coming from the previous swing high, which I just did to mark you to understand that this was the left shoulder's high. Unless or until this high is breached out, you are not going to see the bullish moves or the bull strength into the market, is what I was previously saying, right? So yes, we do have the 20,000 mark aligned with the blue line, which is the first resistance here. Now please do understand, in OA there are 2 columns here, there are 2 bar graphs here. The first that you see here is an OI change. OI change is that something that adds or subtracts daily to the weekly or the monthly OI that is at the below. This is the open interest for 30th November expiry, right? This graph will not have much of an intraday change unless or until there is an aggressive addition or subtraction to this graph. Alright, so if you haven't seen our sensible video part 1, it is there in our channel, and we are going to try to put every other part in 2 weeks gap or so. Okay, so 20,000 is our first strike, and then comes 19,900. I would like to add this weekly institutional resistance at 19,900. Cool. And what is the last one? The last one is at 19,800. So I would say this is the it is already sitting at the 19,800. So I would like to call this as the monthly institutional resistance, and I would like to mark these levels, right? So if at all Nifty is breaching 19,800, the next spot that you are going to look for is the 19,900. Now I would comfortably go ahead and delete this blue color zone. What is this blue color zone? This blue color zone is the gap that Nifty created after 20th September 2023. So I would go ahead and delete this gap, as this gap has been comfortably filled by Nifty in the days. So 19,900, 19,800 and 20k. This is for November expiry, my dear subscribers. Now looking at the support points, where are the supports? Okay, the first highest support is at 19,800. So I would grab this, I would grab this and I would change 19,800. So 19,800 is both the support as well as the resistance for Nifty in the upcoming days. So if this fort is going down, if you are seeing call unwinding happening at 19,800 price, you are going to see more bearishness into the Nifty that is going to come up. Or if you are seeing equal pillars rise from these strikes from 19,500 to 19,700, you are going to see that Nifty is not going to move, but yet stay within our kill zone itself. So 30th November is here. I want to mark the 30th November vertical line within this space itself. Right? So this is Nifty's status. Now if I go over to Bank Nifty, what has happened in Bank Nifty? As you can see, last time we had marked the supports and resistances, and yes, the price had perfectly danced towards supports and resistances from the last time. Now if you choose over to Bank Nifty, now this time Bank Nifty doesn't have the expiry on Wednesday. Please wake up. Bank Nifty's weekly expiries are only happening on Wednesday, and the monthly expiries are happening at Thursday by itself. Now we do have a very clear picture, very clear picture when it comes to OI data, but I would like to assess the price action first and then get over into the OI data. Now let me delete all these folks here. I will delete all these are previous data. Now looking at the daily chart, right? So Bank Nifty, once after kissing this supply zone that it had made on 12th October, close to that week. So after kissing this supply zone, Bank Nifty had dropped down to 42,200. Post 42,200, there was an upside. Again, this sell zone was tested. The next day was a beautiful gap down, and Bank Nifty is stuck within this zone itself. So yet again, if you would ask me, this is the kill zone for Bank Nifty. So if you are an option seller, this would be the right time to write options if the price is staying within this kill zone alone. So this is for Bank Nifty on the daily time frame. Now if you could see 1 2 3, this is the 17th of November, 1 2 3 4 5 6 candles straight ahead sitting within this range, and we have a gap here. Now this is the time where we go ahead and assess what is happening the OI wise. What is the highest resistance? 4,400. I would like to take my markers. Institutional resistance 44,000. So that's going to be the institutional resistance of first resistance. When if the price goes up, this is going to be the first resistance. Remember, I'm not looking at the first bar graph. This is totally for intraday purposes, and I'm looking at the bar graph down because this is where the OI would get added and subtracted every day, and this would be the total sum. So this is why I'm looking at the second graph. So the first support would be at 43,500. So institutional support 43,500. This would be the support, and this would be the immediate resistance. But as you can see, post that we do have a very big gap on the support and a very big gap on the resistance. So next tiniest resistance of Bank Nifty is going to be 44,500. That's 500 points away from the current price or from the first resistance, and as you can see, it is sitting at our supply zone also. And looking at the second resistance, that 43,000. 43. This I would like to delete. So this is going to be the range. So this will be the first resistance and this will be the second resistance. I would like to move it away from here. So the first support and the second support. So the game for Bank Nifty for this week is going to be within this range. Very clear. The bank Nifty's game is very clear. Not like Nifty, as you can see. Nifty is like they are building pillars everywhere that they are seeing the real estate space. It's like every pillar is rising up on the top. So, but that's not the case for Bank Nifty. We are very clear on Bank Nifty, and you might see some good price action movements in Bank Nifty for this monthly expiry. Again, I'm saying it's a monthly expiry that's going to happen on the Thursday, not the Wednesday. Now, if you look at joining these lines, I would expect a resistance that would kind of hit at this spot for Bank Nifty. Okay, so and the RSI, if it just blows at the 60 level, we might see that the Bank Nifty can probably touch at this space, but it needs to specifically come out of this kill zone. Right, so this is the case for Nifty and Bank Nifty. I would definitely be posting this same levels. I'd be taking out the screenshot of this same level, and I would be posting that in our stocks and profits open public group learning discussion group, right? And you can very well come here and check what are all the learnings, and we are trying to share the best that we can. So it's stocks and profit public discussion group. The link is here on the discussion. So members who are there in the Zoom meeting, if you want to ask, please go ahead and unmute yourself so that you can go ahead and ask any questions, or if you want to have any sort of conversations, you can go ahead. And by the way, thank you for joining the Zoom call on a Sunday night. I really appreciate your level to attend here and try to learn something. And folks in the YouTube, if you want to learn and have an interaction, please do join the Telegram group. It's open and it's free. So Rajendra Prasad, Brinda, and everyone who, if you have any questions, please unmute and go ahead and ask. All right, so I'll keep this very short as it is Sunday and market is off for tomorrow, which means when I say tomorrow, it's going to be Tuesday, obviously, because it's Guru Nanak Jayanti and the exchange doesn't work tomorrow, especially the NSE. If you are a commodity trader, the game is going to be very different for you, and market opens on Tuesday alone. So see you all back on Tuesday, and we'll be sharing any learnings on the Telegram group. So thank you for joining this Zoom meeting and on the YouTube channel. See you all, wishing you all profits. Stay safe and bye.